All right, Nick, I'll start with you. Is this a good move for Dwyane Wade and for Cleveland?
It is a good move. The offense was borderline unwatchable the first 5 minutes of each game they've played because it was so congested in the paint. And Wade, listen, Wade was awful.
Yes.
And I want to make this clear.
But you're not surprised, though, Nick.
That Wade was awful, I was surprised. Is it Cece?
But you're not surprised at the play because when Wade signed, they didn't trade for him. He signed as an unrestricted free agent. You thought that they were going to have problems spacing on the court.
I thought he should be coming off the bench. 100%.
Right, from the beginning.
No.
Okay.
I thought it was, and I didn't think it would last him in the starting lineup. I thought he got to be a starter just out of deference to one of the 25 greatest players ever, a 3-time champion. Like, that's what I thought it was. And I thought there would be spacing problems because Wade can't shoot threes, and you're removing J.R. Smith, who's one of your better three-point shooters. What I didn't expect was Wade to be unplayably bad. Wade, all of last season, only had 6 single-digit scoring performances. He has 3 in his first 3 games this year. Wade was not going to be the Dwyane Wade of old, but Dwyane Wade last year was 18 points a game on 43% shooting. This year, he's 6 points a game on 28% shooting. So he maybe needed a fresh start as well here. Like, maybe he can come off the bench and be the leader coming off the bench because he was bad in the starting.
Yeah, Dwyane Wade's one part of the story, and it is best for this team moving forward, all right? Number one, it's spacing, but also Dwyane Wade cannot chase the 2 guards in the NBA for 82 games. He does not have the legs. He is not the player to be doing that. And if he does that, he will not be ready in the playoffs. People are like, well, all those reps will help him. No, it will wear him down. He does not have the type of body for that. This is the best move for Dwyane Wade as far as his career. He's still going to be one of the greatest players ever. But if he wants to get the championship number 4, it's going to be with him coming off the bench. JR is a better player than Dwyane Wade at this point in their careers. And he's better for the Cavs. Let's not forget, if Dwyane Wade starts at the 2, let's not forget who's starting at the 1 for the next 2 or 3 months.
Right.
That's Derrick Rose. So now they have 2 non-shooters at the 1 and the 2, and LeBron at the 3. That is not the best lineup for the Cavs moving forward.
With Rose hurt and Calderon starting, it's that what you're describing even worse.
Are you surprised this happened only a handful of games into the season?
I think Wade had the self-awareness because if you listen to that clip, and it was a little hard to hear, but he didn't say Tyronn Lue came to me. I think Tyronn Lue eventually would have come to him, but he went to Tyronn Lue. And listen, Wade his basketball IQ hasn't dropped, even if his ability has somewhat. He knows this isn't helping us. Like, we're 2-1. We could be 1-2. We almost blew a game against Boston first game of the year. Like, we need to be better. We need to shake something up.
Yeah, I think also he probably had a conversation with the general manager, that being LeBron James, because LeBron said he believes D. Wade is in a good spot. That means mentally. That means he's thought through this process. That means they've talked about it because he wouldn't be guessing where Dwyane is mentally unless they had conversated about it. So it is the best move for the Cavs. It's the best move for the overall team morale and the locker room moving forward.
You guys saw his tweet last night. I gave him a call last night and asked him about that tweet and, just to clarify what he meant by it. And he said he was at a hair salon. It wasn't about the Suns or anything related to the Suns. He said he was at a hair salon with this girl and he didn't want to be there anymore. So I don't believe that to be true.
He's so serious about it.
24-hour hair salon?
Dude, how mad would you be that your GM just threw you under the bus that you went to a hair salon?
Right.
Like, that's the worst part of the whole thing.
Right. All right. What is going on, Nick?
I don't believe it. I agree with Ryan McDonough that, listen, obviously he wasn't tweeting about being at the hair salon. But by the way, anyone that has been at one of those 4-hour hair appointments as a observer knows that ain't exactly the most fun place to be. So if that is what he was talking about, why are you giving me that look, CC? What's going on?
How much time have you spent at the hair salon, Nick?
Listen,
You don't think Danielle makes you go watch her get her hair done?
She doesn't make me, CC.
Her are the daughters now. You got some hair in your family.
I got a lot of hair in my family.
So you spent some time at the salon, huh?
CC, I try to be an involved husband and parent. So, yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes, in fact, I say, hey, honey, you want me to go with you? I'll go with you. Don't worry about it. What? Of course.
Sunday, 1 o'clock? I'll go to the salon
not
with
Sunday
you.
at 1 o'clock, but Twitter goes with me everywhere, baby. I can go. It doesn't matter. But to the point on this. Listen, the story should not be that Eric Bledsoe wants out. story should be that the Suns fired their coach 3 games in. Like, that's why Eric Bledsoe wants out, because the organization is so rudderless. There's just a ship floating into the night. So maybe that's not the greatest tweet ever, but I don't blame him for being frustrated.
Yeah, but I think he's the second or the third star that they've had in Phoenix to want it out. You know, he's not the only one. So it starts with the ownership. It goes to the general manager and then into the players. All right? You're either teaching it or you're allowing it. Now, this offseason, it was well documented. He wanted out of there. And when you don't trade him and you start the season, you have someone who is not going to be happy. Now, obviously, they didn't have enough confidence in the coach after 3 games, so they got rid of that situation. But they should have traded him this offseason. This is Phoenix. This is the NBA. This is what's going on with the NBA in Phoenix right now.
All right, I'll tell you guys, I'm going to give you a plumbing lesson right now. You ready for this? I worked as an apprentice, a plumber's apprentice one summer. And you know what the plumber told me? He said, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about plumbing. So I was like, all right, this is good, right? I'm going to know everything. He said, poop flows downhill, okay? It's all you need to know about plumbing. When the ownership is bad, and the coaching is bad, and the GMing is bad, the players live in a cesspool, and nobody wants to live in a cesspool.
Well,
so that's exactly what happens. So you know what? When it comes downhill, it flows downhill, and if it's bad at the top, eventually it's going to be bad in the locker.
Quite the bridge you built there, Stink, but I was following you along.
Was it good, right? I got you, right?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.